I'm Kerry Fink, and welcome to Helping Seniors Update. It's the art of healthy living with Vicki Moore from Humana and CarePlus. Hey, Vicki, how are you today?
I'm great, Carrie. How are you doing on
It
this
is.
beautiful day?
It is, and I hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving celebration. It's a good time of year as we get into even with COVID, it's still a good time of the year.
Yes, I agree. Beautiful weather and just spending time with family. It's been very nice.
No, I hear you. Well, on behalf of Joe Steckler, our president and founder, and Kim Bernard, our education specialist, we want to welcome you to this wonderful series that Vicki has been sharing with us. There are some really great messages that you've shared already. Particularly because we're right now in the middle of that whole Medicare open enrollment season, if I'm saying that the right way. You did a great presentation on Medicare 101, which I think is very important because so many people are turning 65 and maybe this is the first time that they're accessing Medicare, or even if they're kind of like experts at it, stuff changes every year and you need to get a hold of the latest information to stay up to it. And the beautiful thing is, we have those Art of Healthy Living series all set up and ready for you to access. You can get them either on the Helping Seniors website, helpingseniors.brevard.org, helpingseniors.brevard.org, or if you like to, you can get them directly on the Helping Seniors of Brevard YouTube channel, and you'll see the great segment that Vicki did on Medicare 101, or maybe you're a Facebooker and you just like to watch the videos on Facebook, they're there as well. And Vicki, you presented that wonderfully, but there's been some great topics. I mean, we've talked about everything from belly fat to organic
That one
foods.
just always makes me giggle, but yes, yeah.
Well, it was a great session because I learned a lot. I really didn't understand, it is a kind of thing that we laugh at, but you gave some really great information about why it's important to understand what it is and maybe even some ideas about how to combat it. So I really thought all these programs in the Art of Healthy Living series brought to you through the auspices of Humana and CarePlus are just valuable information. And that is part of the role of helping seniors anyway. We're all about getting information in your hands so you can make the best possible aging plan, and that's why this is so important. And today's topic is no different. We're going to more or less dive right into it, but today's topic is called Your Social Security Checkup. And this is so important because I think the statistics are somebody in the United States turns 65 every 7 seconds. I mean, that's how many people are reaching that age. But there's a lot of definitions that you need to be aware of. There's things like full retirement age, early retirement age. I'm so appreciative that you're willing to take the time and share this with us. And with that, let's get started.
Okay, okay. Well, no, I love being able to share this information. I really enjoy it because I do feel like it's pretty valuable information. And I do want to add, we are still in that annual enrollment period, that AEP, but we are, we are less than 2 weeks out to the end of it. So the last day is December 7th. So I just kind of want to reiterate that. So if we're getting lots of phone calls and people have lots of questions. This is a year when there's lots of advertisements and TV ads, and a lot of people are kind of nervous and they're thinking, am I supposed to change? Do I have to make a phone call? And that is great. So that's the most important thing I just want to share to everybody out there is most of the information that you're getting bombarded with, the ads in the mailbox and things like that. These are companies that are wanting you, hoping you'll call and possibly change to their company. So as I always say, it is very important to compare and make sure you're on the right plan, but don't feel like you have to make a change. I mean, it's just important to educate yourself. So if you have questions, definitely call myself or somebody that you trust as far as, that is knowledgeable about Medicare. So
Yeah,
I'm just getting
Vicki.
a lot of worried people calling with all this, mailings that are going out right now. So
Yeah, Vicki, what you said is so important because that's the point. Your mailbox gets flooded with these things this time of year, and that's a good point. It makes, like we've talked about before, it makes perfect sense to give somebody who really understands this a call so you can say, here's the prescription drugs I'm taking. Here's my situation with doctors and things like that. I want to be sure I make the best decision for 2021. It costs you nothing to get that information. You might as well just check everything out and be sure that you're set up the right way for 2021. So Vicki, that's a good point. How do people get in touch with you if they'd like to have your help in just seeing where they are and what they might consider for 2021?
So I can be reached at my cell phone, which is 321-272-0218. Or you can also reach me, you can email me vmore5@humana.com. But again, the phone number is 321-272-0218. And you've
Correct.
got just a little less than 2 weeks to make changes. And I'm just happy to answer any questions or help educate you on anything that's Medicare related.
Good, good,
And
good.
and speaking of, Social Security definitely is related to Medicare. Oftentimes when I'm talking with people, lots of different things with Social Security come up. So this is a nice little Social Security checkup presentation that we're going to go through today. So hopefully give you a little more of a broad overview on Social Security, but answer some questions. So that's what we'll be talking about today. All right,
Good.
so we'll go ahead and get started. And so today's presentation, of course, is the overview of Social Security. We're going to jumpstart your Social Security decision process. This presentation contains general information about Social Security. Individual questions can and should be directed to your local Social Security Administration office. Presented, and of course, this is presented by myself. I am a licensed sales agent from Humana and CarePlus. All right, so our agenda today: what is Social Security, the Social Security vocabulary, Social Security checkup, and Social Security resources. All right, so what is Social Security? It's the Social Security program. It provides benefits to retired people and those who are unemployed or disabled. Other known programs include the OASDI, which is the Federal Old Age Survivors and Disability Insurance, the TANF, which is the Temporary Assistance for Needy Families, and the Medicare Health Insurance for Aged and Disabled, and then the grants to states for Medicaid. And then there's also SHIP, which is SCHIP, which is the State Children's Health Insurance Program, and then SSI, which a lot of people hear that. That is the Supplemental Security Income. All right, so moving right along. The Social Security plan in the U.S. Everybody's familiar with this Social Security card. All right, so the Social Security plan in the U.S. You guys are all, I'm sure, very familiar with that Social Security card. 169 million Americans pay Social Security taxes. 61 million Americans collect monthly benefits, and 1 in 4 families receives income from Social Security each year. Let's look at some Social Security vocabulary. All right, the first thing we're going to talk about is full retirement age, or FRA. This is the age at which you may become entitled to full benefits. And then we've got PIA. This is your primary insurance amount. This is the monthly amount paid when you start receiving your benefits at full retirement age. And then you've got COLA. You hear this a lot. This can be adjusted. The cost of living adjustment every year. So legislation enacted in 1973 provides for a cost of living adjustment, or COLAs. With COLAs, Social Security and Supplemental Security Income, your SSI, benefits keep pace with inflation. The latest COLA is 1.6% for Social Security benefits and SSI payments. So I know for myself, dealing with Medicare, people of Medicare age. I mean, you hear that. I mean, that's always an important number every year. Everybody's always eager to see what their COLA is going to be for the upcoming year. And sadly, I always hear it's not really quite as much as they would hope, but there is always an adjustment. So, all right, DRC, delayed retirement credits. So if you delay taking retirement benefits after your full retirement age, you can go up until age 70. These benefits are increased by an annual percentage determined by your date of birth. And then your retirement benefit, money that is payable to you upon retirement if you have enough Social Security credits. And let's just take a look at your Social Security checkup. So that would be your eligibility, your program details, your enrollment, your benefit calculation, your spousal and survivor benefits, and your Social Security and Medicare relationship. Now, and I just also want to reiterate, you know, my focus is Medicare, so this is more of an overview. So you definitely want to talk to somebody, like they said at the beginning, you know, Social Security, somebody with the Social Security office, or even a financial advisor would be helpful as well. All right, so if you were born in 1949 or earlier, already eligible for full Social Security benefit. From 1943 to 1960, the age at which full retirement benefits are payable increases gradually up to age 67. So you can see, like in this chart, so 1943 to 1954, your full retirement age is 66. If you were born 55, then it would be 66 and 2 months, 56, 66 and 4 months. So, you know, it kind of gradually goes up. So if you're 1960 or later, it's going to be, your age goes up to 67. So as you can see, it's a gradual increase in retirement age. You know, the older, I guess the younger we are, the older we have to wait until we are at full retirement age. All right, so types of benefits. What benefits are you eligible for? There are retirement benefits, there are spousal benefits, there are children's benefits, disability benefits, government worker benefits, veterans benefits, and other benefits. This presentation is going to focus on your retirement, your spousal, and your survivor benefits. So how does this work? Social Security taxes paid equals credits toward Social Security benefits. If you were born 1929 or later, you need a minimum of 40 credits, which is 10 years of work, and then to qualify for these benefits. The earliest possible Social Security retirement age would be age 62. So Social Security, the details, how's it doing? Are you a baby boomer? Despite what you may have heard, people born between 1946 and 1964 will have their Social Security benefits covered. Well, that's good news, definitely, to know that. So when to claim retirement benefits and why it matters. Consider your options. Choose the most favorable time for you. Claiming at the right time will determine the benefit amount you receive and may improve your quality of life through retirement. The value of living longer. Your Social Security benefits, the longer you live, the more benefits you enjoy. So today, for example, if your monthly benefits are $2,000, this assumes 1.6% annual COLA, which is your cost of living increase. So say, you know, you've got today and let's just go 10 years from now, your lifetime benefits would be $243,846. 20 years from now, $487,680. And then 30 years from now, $731,520. So that's interesting. Okay, so how your retirement benefit is calculated. It's based on your PIA and when you claim. So what if you apply before FRA? You will receive a lower percentage of your PIA. So if you apply at age 62, your benefit will be a percentage of PIA if your FRA equals 66. So, so really, this is not really something you're going to memorize, but it's good to be able to see it, in a chart and just kind of know. Okay, so if you apply at age 62, your benefit is going to be 75% of your PIA. So your permanent benefit, if your PIA equals $2,000, would be $1,500. And as you can see, as you get older, your benefit, of course, increases. So if you can wait to retire a few extra years, basically 4 extra years, you're going to get the highest amount for your Social Security for your retirement. So if the difference between retiring at age 62 and applying for 66 is, $500, and that can make a big difference every month with what you're getting from Social Security. All right, so so what if you apply after your FRA? Your benefit will earn an additional 8% annual delayed credit up to age 70. So you can see the difference here. If you apply at age 66, you get 100% of your PIA, which gives you $2,000, your permanent benefit. But if you could wait to age 70, you could get 132%, and you're going to get an extra $640. So again, that could also make a big difference. And what I'm seeing, I'm dealing with seniors every day, and I do see that people are really working longer and longer. So I think these make sense. And I think oftentimes people have always thought it's so great to retire early, but then, not everybody wants to. And sometimes they enjoy working, and then there's definitely financial benefits of continuing to work and not taking this right away. All right, so something helpful at the right time. Husbands and wives can take advantage of their spouse's retirement benefits. When to apply for Social Security. Remember, applying early equals lower income or benefits for life. COLAs magnify the impact of application timing, and survivor benefits are affected as well. An example of a spousal benefit. So the spousal benefit can be as much as half your maximum benefit amount of the worker's PIA, depending on the spouse's age. So if, for example, Jack and Jill are married, Jack applies first, Jack's PIA equals $2,400. Jill applies for spousal benefit at her FRA, then Jill's spousal benefit is going to be half of that. So she would get $1,200. Okay, now let's talk about before FRA. If you choose to begin receiving spouse's benefits before you reach FRA, your benefit amount will be permanently reduced. If a spouse is eligible for retirement benefit based on his or her earnings or their own earnings, and if that benefit is higher than the spousal benefit, then the retirement benefit is paid. Otherwise, the spousal benefit is paid. Hopefully that makes sense. Again, this is just a lot of information. And so, if you're at that point right now, you might want to examine it a little closer. But if you're not quite there yet, it's just good to know that this is here and that this information is out here, and definitely something you want to learn more about. After FRA, filing for spousal benefits will automatically trigger a person's own retirement benefit. It's important to discuss which strategy is best for you with the SSA or your financial advisor. Outliving your spouse. Financial security for surviving partner. When one spouse dies, the survivor will still want to receive benefits, of course, and about 1 in 4 65-year-olds will live past 90. So we are all living, many of us are living way longer. So we definitely, these are important things to consider. All right, survivor benefits example. If the widow or the widower is at FRA, they are eligible for 100% of the deceased worker's benefit. So for example, John is age 70. John's retirement benefit is $2,400. Jane is age 67. Jane's spousal benefit is then $1,200. So as a widow, Jane will begin receiving John's benefit instead of her spousal benefit. So Jane will receive $2,400. Hopefully that makes sense to everybody. All right, Social Security checkup, Social Security and Medicare relationship, Medicare enrollment. So this is kind of where I come in, where the majority of the overlap occurs, not as complex as it seems once you break it down and understand the Medicare structure. So the 4 parts of Medicare, you got your Part A, which is your hospital insurance. You got your Part B, which is your medical insurance. And of course, this is provided by Medicare. Then you got your Part C, which is Medicare Advantage. And then you got your Part D, which is Medicare prescription drug coverage. This is the part that would be provided by a private insurer that contracts with Medicare, such as, your Humana or your CarePlus. All right, so Social Security at 65. How do you enroll in Medicare? If you're receiving Social Security when you turn 65, Medicare coverage will begin on the first day of that month. Medicare Parts A and B are automatic. You can decline Part B at that time if you choose. And then Part C and D are not automatic. You must choose a private insurer and proactively enroll in your C and D, which again is your private carrier like Humana or CarePlus. All right, so Social Security at 65. How do you enroll in Medicare? If you are not automatically enrolled in Medicare when you turn 65, you can enroll through the Social Security Administration during a Medicare enrollment period. You've got your initial enrollment period, which is 3 months before or 3 months after your 65th birthday. And then you have the general enrollment period, which is January 1st through March 31st each year. So if you had chosen not to enroll in your Part B when you were first eligible, you can't just go enroll anytime that you want to. You have a special enrollment period, which is that January 1st through the March 31st. And then it would become effective for you July 31st, actually. Because, well, kind of going back to that, as somebody that helps people get enrolled in Medicare plans, I run across sometimes people just, for whatever reason, they didn't take their Part B when they were first able to. And so then they've decided that, maybe health has worsened, or they want to have, cataract surgery, and they've just determined that, oh gosh, I wish I had taken my Part B. Well, you can't just go get your Part B anytime you want to. There is there is that open enrollment period where you have to do it. And so then that will delay you being able to get, covered through a Part C or get your Part D. So as I said, it would not start till July. So then unless the plan you wanted to go with had a special enrollment period, you would have to wait until the period we're in now, this annual enrollment period, this AEP, to get enrolled. And then you couldn't start on a plan until January 1st. So a lot of little things you got to think about that you just may not always think about. So again, that's why it's always important to talk to somebody that knows all of these different rules. Okay, so Social Security at 65, how do you enroll in Medicare? Okay, well, we just talked about that. So how do you enroll in the Medicare Advantage plan? You can do it during one of these 4 enrollment periods. This initial enrollment period, this is that 3 months before, the 3 months after your 65th birthday. You can do the annual election period, which again is where we are now, October 15th through December 7th. There could be a special enrollment period, which would be generally anytime you cover your coverage through a group plan ends. So this does affect a lot of people that decide to work longer, like all of that we were just talking about, if they're delaying their Social Security. So if they're working longer, then that does give you a special enrollment period. And then of course, you've got your open enrollment period, which is the January 1st through the March 31st, which allows that one-time change in Medicare Advantage plan selection. All right, just again, lots of things to remember. All right, Social Security resources. You can, of course, and you should, if you have questions, call Social Security Administration at 1-800-772-1213, TTY 1-800-325-0778. And you can also go to the Social Security website, which is www.socialsecurity.gov/my-statement. And then you can also reach the Social Security Administration at 1-800-772-1213, TTY 1-800-325-0778. And then there's also the National Academy of Social Insurance, which is at www.nasi.org. And that's our presentation today. So, and of course, you can always, again, reach out to me with questions as well. But when it's mostly Social Security related, definitely I would contact the Social Security Administration first thing.
This is such good information, and there's a lot of things that you went through, and that's why one of the reasons why we put these shows, Vicki, on the Helping Seniors website at helpingseniorsofbrevard.org. We also have them available on the Helping Seniors of Brevard YouTube channel, and even on our Helping Seniors of Brevard Facebook channel. And the reason we do that is because as you go through this information, there's a lot of pieces to understand and grasp hold of. And so by being able to go back and review this, you can pick up some of those key points. And I was thinking, Vicki, as you were going through this, I remember one of the things that I heard along the way is particularly with the early retirement benefits. You want to be careful because there's also a tax complication based on other earnings that you may be doing if you're still in the workplace. And so there's kind of a double thought to looking at that full retirement age because there's that side of the equation as well as just the reduced payment from the Social Security side. But in all cases, it's really good to know this information, and especially what you were sharing about the Medicare part, because that's another thing that confuses people as they approach 65. And if they took an FRA or they took their distribution, a PIA, ahead of the FRA, listen to me with all these acronyms now, then there's that issue too, because you do expect those premiums to come out of your Social Security benefit for the Medicare A and B. And so if I'm saying this correctly, this is another reason, Vicki, why somebody wants to give somebody who's a real knowledgeable person about Medicare in particular a call, like yourself, so that they can understand the implications of these choices that they're making. Am I saying that in a way that makes sense?
Yes, definitely. And something that this did not really go into was the Part B penalty, because it's really focusing on the retirement and the benefit. But sometimes people choose not to take their Part B, whether it is because they're working or something like that. They may not take it, and when they should take it, and so then they end up with a penalty. So again, that's another thing. So it's just so important to make sure you understand all the implications of all the decisions you're making with your retirement.
Yeah, and that's why I would say it is so important to call Vicki or at least somebody that really has that knowledge. And Vicki, if they choose to give you a call, again, how do they get in touch with you?
Well, Carrie, they can reach me at 321-272-0218. And I'll say that one more time, 321-272-0218. And then I can also be reached through my email, vmoore5@humana.com.
Yeah, and it's VMOORE5@humana.com. And I'm telling you, I've seen you go out of your way to help people. I know Kim at the Helping Seniors office has connected with you for several cases where clients have called in and they're not sure which way to go. And because of your background and your experience in this, you are a great resource that folks really should give a call to you and just go over the particulars so that you can best help them determine the correct outcome. So give Vicki a call one more time, those numbers.
All right. The phone number is 321-272-0218. And I answer my phone. I'm in the evenings, on the weekends, especially this time of year. So feel free to reach out to me. 321-272-0218. And then again, the email is vmore5, and that stands for Vicky. And then my last name is Moore, Moore, the number 5 at humana.com.
Yeah, and that's why this is so important, because you also said we have to keep in mind that date, right? You said it was December.
December 7th is the last day of the annual enrollment period. And then I'll actually throw out a couple other dates as well. So that's the last time you can make a change if you want to change your Medicare Advantage plan or possibly even your prescription drug plan. And then that goes into effect January 1st. But there is another period that we call OEP, which is the open enrollment period. And that runs from January 1st through March 31st. And we had that years ago. It went away and they just brought it back again. I think it was just last year. And this gives people, say you've made a decision, say you got all those postcards in the mail and, somebody convinced you to go with the plan and you just decided, oh my gosh, it's not the right plan for me. I wish I'd stayed with my other plan, or, then you can have buyer's remorse. You're allowed to change again in that 3-month period. So, so Medicare is giving you kind of a grace period. If you're not sure if it's the right plan for you, you could try it for a month or even 2 months and see how you like it. And you're allowed to change again. If you've had an Advantage plan, that's the period where you're allowed to make a change, either going back to original Medicare or going back to a different Advantage plan.
Yeah.
So you have some extra periods that they give you.
Yeah, so the good suggestion is give Vicky a call today and let's get it set up the right way for 2021. That's what I would say about that. Well, Vicky, thank you for sharing. That's why I think this Art of Healthy Living series is so important. We're concerned with your health and well-being through it, and it's just great information that you're able to provide. And here we are. It's Black Friday on the day after Thanksgiving. It's November 27th, 2020. Look, we've made it safely and good through all this COVID stuff so far. Let's continue to do things the safe and correct way. And Vicky, one of the things I wanted to close out today's Helping Seniors Update was everybody likes to talk about Black Friday specials. And in fact, there is one going on the Helping Seniors side too. And I just want to share that. It's actually it is a Black Friday special, but it's actually good through January 5th of 2021. So if you're out shopping, maybe you're in a holiday gift giving kind of thing, and you're trying to think what would be good for you and your family, let me give you an update on the Helping Seniors Travel Club and our Helping Seniors Foundation cruise. So while everybody is feeling good about the fact that cruising will begin early in 2021, we made the decision, again, safe is good. So we decided to move our Helping Seniors Foundation cruise. It's now going to be sailing May 30th, 2021 from Port Canaveral. We're going to be on the beautiful MSC Divina. It's a beautiful luxury ship that will be sailing 7 nights out of Port Canaveral. So we're looking forward to that. They're telling us they've got the vaccines on the way. They're getting smarter and smarter about keeping us safe through the whole process. And the cruise lines have got this down now. MSC has been sailing in the Mediterranean very successfully and very safely with enhanced safety procedures. And that's exactly what they're going to bring. They're going to keep us safe as we go sailing. But May 30th, but listen to this, Vicky, we talked about cruising before. So number one, when you do this is actually a fundraiser. This is helping establish the Helping Seniors Foundation. So MSC, when you book on this cruise, they're putting a portion of what you're paying to sail and donating that back to Helping Seniors, so that, in fact, you will be helping seniors for generations to come. But here's the offer. Listen to this. When you book the lowest price cabin, an inside cabin, which is great, because even if you're in an inside cabin, it's full luxury. You get all the benefits of being on the ship. There's plenty of public spaces and things, and you can enjoy every aspect of the ship. But listen to this. If you book an inside cabin, here's the special. You get a free upgrade to a balcony cabin. So that is worth the absolute step to pick up the phone and make the call, because that does not happen every day. Oftentimes, if there's an upgrade, you have to be at a higher level, and then they'll bump you up like one category. But this is buy an inside cabin and you will be upgraded to a balcony stateroom. So I think that's a pretty amazing deal,
That's
Vicky.
incredible. That's awesome. Yeah, you don't see those kind of deals every day. That's for
No,
sure.
and this is a special thing that Chris Morse, who heads up the Helping Seniors Travel Club, negotiated with MSC. They said two things. They said, number one, we understand that we really want to do a good thing and help the organization Helping Seniors of Brevard. This is the first year they've been sailing years and years and years, but normally out of Miami and Fort Lauderdale would be the Florida markets that they've had cruises depart from. So this is the first year that you can sail right in and out of our home port at Port Canaveral. So that's one of the reasons why they're excited about helping us develop what we're doing, but they're also wanting to make it a fun time so people will go back and talk about how great MSC Cruises is to everybody here in Brevard County. So to help us with that, that's what they've done. They've said you buy the inside cabin and you get the balcony upgrade, but you have to do that. You have to be booked by January 5th, 2021. So here we are, Black Friday, Thursday, Black Friday, Thursday, after Thanksgiving Thursday, and you're going to be able to affect that. So I'm going to give you a phone number because you want to get involved in this if you can. The phone number to call is area code 321. So it's right here in Brevard County. Both Chris and Betty are right here. They're on Merritt Island. So you're talking to people who not only know cruises, they have decades of experience in this, but they're also your neighbors here in Brevard County. 321 978 5211. 321 978 5211. You can also go to helpingseniorstravelclub.com. Tell them that you want the buy the inside, get the balcony, and they will help you get set up. And listen, the thing that I also love about the way they set this up is your price includes everything. Okay. It includes the cabin. It includes all the government taxes and fees. It includes your insurance on the cruise. It includes even things like your gratuities, which normally you have to figure out how to pay when you're on board. So everything is wrapped up. It is a great, great price. You're supporting the work of Helping Seniors. We're going to have a lot of fun sailing May 30th, Vicki. I hope you'll get friends and you guys will join us for the sailing. It's going to be a great time.
Okay, it's very exciting. Looking forward to it, Carrie.
Yeah. Well, thank you again, Vicki, for sharing with us today on Social Security. Such important information. We're looking forward to the next edition. We do these every second Friday. So we'll be back 2 weeks from today, which would actually be on December, it would be December the 11th. So we're going to have another exciting, informative edition of the Art of Healthy Living, Vicki, and I'm sure you're going to have a great topic for us then.
We do, and it's going to be a surprise, Carrie. So well, you'll see on December 11th. It'll be a great topic, though. Okay.
Sounds great. Well, thank you again, Vicki, on behalf of Joe Steckler, our president and founder, and also Kim Bernard, our education specialist, our whole team. We want to wish you a very happy and enjoyable and safe Thanksgiving holiday weekend. Enjoy your time. We'll be back next week, actually, with another Helping Seniors update, talking specifically about the Helping Seniors Foundation cruise. So thanks again, Vicki, and thank you for joining us today.
Thanks as always for having me, Carrie. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.